It's a weird holiday? Thanksgiving. The fact that November is declared Native American Heritage Month, it kind of makes me feel iffy about celebrating a colonist holiday, although I do love the opportunity to be able to spend times with your chosen family and friends. That's always important and that's always needed. In honor of Native American Heritage Month, with my iffy feelings aside, I do have a list of some of my favorite reads when it comes from Indigenous authors, and also two books that I'm planning to add to my TBR once I get over my no buy book ban. They're There, fiction novel by Tommy Orange. These series of chapters follow 12 different characters, all traveling to join the Big Oakland Powwow. Because it does follow several different characters, the chapters kind of read as short stories. This was a debut novel that got tons of attention because it is amazing. If you haven't read it yet, definitely pick it up. The next novel is going to be The Only Good Indians. This is the first book that I've read by the author Stephen Graham Jones. I have since picked up My Heart is a Chainsaw. This book is amazing. I have just recently found out about the amazing qualities when it comes to BIPOC authors writing horror and how all the horrific things that have happened to them in recent and past histories really make a terrifying tale. This book is amazing. It led me to my next read by this author, My Heart is a Chainsaw. Before we jump into my nonfiction recommendations, just real quick, we're going to talk about what's on my TBR list. I started My Heart is a Chainsaw. It's a trilogy that starts off with a young teen very into 80s slasher films. After reading the first book, I know I have to finish the rest of the series. On my TBR list is going to be the second book in that series. Cannot wait to get it. In friendly figuring out that BIPOC authors are amazing when it comes to horror, they're great writers in any genre, right? But especially in horror, I have been wanting that short story collection. TikTok has been, well, at least my TikTok has been hyping it up, and I do believe the hype is real, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that. But back to book recommendations. This next book is going to be one that you kind of see in the same circles when it comes to talking about that first novel that I recommend. They're There. These are going to be the same type of writers that are up and coming, doing amazing things. Not only are they talking about Indigenous issues close to their hearts, close to their history, but they're also doing it in a poetic way. And it's just all about uplifting voices, right? This is going to be a very quick memoir about mental health, about healing. I definitely recommend it. Another quick memoir about mental health and healing. This is a book that I read in the last couple of months, and I love it because it incorporates music, as you can tell from the subtitle. But it is a memoir that focuses on this particular woman, very gifted in writing. And just like in the first book, she's coming to terms with her own internal struggles, maybe not the same type of mental struggles, but coming to terms with PTSD, coming to terms with how her own ancestors were treated, and then also coming to terms with the type of woman that she wants to be, which is an amazing woman, I just have to say. Okay, so my conflicting emotions aside, I do have to say I enjoy this month because I am seeing that a lot of people that I follow are recommending amazing books, not just for this month, but for a lot of different diverse authors. And I want to ask, which Indigenous authors are you picking up? How are you celebrating? And how do you come to terms with, oh no, that's a depressing topic. Let's go back to it. How are you uplifting voices and how are you celebrating this weird holiday?